One of the most common ways we hold ourselves back is by disconnecting from our emotions. We think that this makes us strong or free, when actually it blocks our growth, success, well-being, and emotional satisfaction in relationships. There are a few things to know about emotions that make it easier to open up to experiencing them. Stay tuned to find out what that is. Hey everyone, welcome to Becoming an Expert at Self-Leadership. I'm Maika, I'm a psychologist. And recently I went through questions people ask on Quora about emotions. One of the questions that came up most frequently was, how can I get rid of emotions? How can I stop feeling emotions? Perhaps you've wondered that too when you went through a painful emotion, or if an emotion seemed inappropriate. And if you haven't directly thought about this, maybe you have tried to block out emotions internally, experientially, shut them out of your awareness. Sometimes emotions are really difficult to go through. At the same time, they play an important role in life, and our attempt at trying to shut them out is at the root of many of our problems. Many mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and stress are connected to trying to shut out or block emotions. And relationships suffer if the emotional connection is weak. If we want to experience positive states intensely, like joy, empathy, love, connection, motivation, enthusiasm, we need to be connected to our emotions. Here are 5 facts about emotions that make doing that easier. Number 1, emotions are natural. Humans sometimes pride themselves as being super rational, when actually we are highly emotional. Our brain processes information sequentially, and it's wired in a way to first prompt us to feel and act, and then think, especially when we're under stress. Emotions are as natural and necessary to our functioning as any other bodily functions like breathing or digesting. Number 2, there are no bad emotions. One of the reasons we try to escape our emotions is because we fear they might reveal or say something negative about us. We are judgmental and critical of our emotions. We were taught to be ashamed of our emotions or certain emotions. We picked up concepts about acceptable or unacceptable emotions from our families and cultures. Many people, for example, are ashamed of tearing up. Women are made to feel ashamed for anger, and men for emotional sensitivity in general. But there are no bad or weak emotions. Emotions are our body's response to the environment. They signal how what's going on, and our interpretation of it is affecting us, and that's important to know. And every emotion has an important effect, function, and message. Imagine technology without feedback signals or sensors. A heater that can't measure room temperature. A car that doesn't have a signal for how full or empty the tank is. It doesn't work. The same way we can't function without emotions. Instead of judging ourselves for our emotions or fearfully looking out for them, censoring whether or not they're appropriate, it's a lot more helpful to just notice them without judgment. Then you can see if it has some helpful information or if it's a conditioned response from the past that doesn't apply in the present situation and you just want to let it drift by. Judging our emotions, feeling ashamed of them, is like as if we were to judge ourselves for having arms or legs. It just doesn't make any sense. Emotions are a part of what it means to be human, and we can't effectively address them and relate to them if we stay stuck in judging them and feeling ashamed of them. Number 3, emotions are tolerable. Another reason we disconnect from our emotions is because we're afraid of being overwhelmed by them, of not being able to handle them, that they will come and never leave. But emotions are not consistent like a waterfall. They're more like a wave. It comes, peaks, and ebbs off. Some emotions are unpleasant or difficult, but they are tolerable, especially when we remind ourselves that they're not like waterfalls, but like waves. It's like if you hit your head on a door frame that's too low. That pain comes, it peaks, and it goes. And we know that as we go through it. We need to allow emotions their natural flow. And alongside the experience, we can belly breathe. Alongside it, not against it. And once the emotion has passed, we can feel that sense of relief and relaxation. In most cases, emotions don't last longer than a few minutes. Another fact that's good to keep in mind is that experiencing an emotion doesn't mean we have to act on it. Those are two separate things. We can feel joy and not sing at the top of our lungs, or we can sense anger and not act aggressively. Number 4, emotions can be influenced, but not absolutely. This means that we can influence which kinds of emotions we experience and to what intensity, but they're not under our absolute control. We can influence them through our thoughts by being intentional and aware with the way we hold on to certain thoughts or not. We can influence emotions through seeking soothing and relaxing, grounding experiences physically. And we can influence our emotions by our behavior, like reducing anxiety by step exposing ourselves to what we're afraid of and teaching our brain that it's safe. When we learn how to relate to emotions in a healthy way, how to take care of them, we can stop relying on unhelpful coping and defense mechanisms. Number 5, emotions are intertwined with our thoughts and body. So it's not like here are our emotions, here's the rational mind, and here's the body. They're not antagonists, they're intertwined. And research shows that when we are more connected to our emotions, it actually facilitates our thinking and rational mind. Our brain learns about the world through the experience of our body. And when that bodily, emotional experience is blocked, our rational thinking is likely to be blocked as well. This also means that whenever you're experiencing a certain emotion, take a moment to notice and feel it, and notice the thoughts and physical sensations that are going along with this emotion. This awareness helps to process emotions healthily. We tend to just flee up into our heads, try to go down into your experience as well. Emotions fascinate me. They are so important, yet often so undervalued and misunderstood. Is there anything that you've picked up about emotions along the way that's been really helpful for you? Share it in the comment section. That's a great way for our community to be in contact. As always, thanks for being here. And if you're new, consider subscribing. It does help the channel, just like any other interaction with the video, like sharing the link, leaving a thumbs up. And if you want to hear more about self-leadership, check out my weekly newsletter at the link in the description box. Till next time, take care. And remember, there are no bad emotions, and most of us need to go down into our experience a lot more.